Hey, you guys. Welcome to my channel. It's been a long time. How everybody doing today on this Sunday? It's a nice Sunday today. Nice little Sunday. Hope everybody Christmas was good. New Year's. A little purse. But yeah, I hope everybody, that's my like everyday purse. I love purses, but this is not like everyday purse. Now, I started using this some months ago, but I got a lot of little purses. But you always need a nice purse with a good little outfit. But yeah, get my stuff together this morning. Had a nice bath, new pajamas put on. I don't know if everybody do this, but when you get stuff from like the stores and stuff, and I don't know how many people do this or whatever, but I always make sure I wash stuff before I put on my daughter, before I put it on me. Oh, cause you never know how many hands been touching this stuff. Germs. So just like you would do fruit, wash stuff off before you wash stuff before you put it in your mouth. Um, wash stuff before wash stuff before you use it. You know. And you could break out anything. You wonder why you breaking out. You know why this happened, why that happened. Did you wash the stuff first? Just decided to get on here and check in, see what everybody's doing today. Y'all, isn't this cute? This is so cute. This is my coin, my little coin, little thing or whatever. You put your coins in here. It's a cute little coin pouch. Cute. I got everything in here. I got a thermometer. This normally be for like my daughter. So like I always keep stuff with me. Like I'll put a thermometer in this little purse, hold a lot of stuff. Thermometer. I be having like one little pamper in here. I mean I don't have it in here right now, but I have like one little pamper in here. Charger. Your medicines for anything, like it be anything. Your condition that you may have that you need your everyday medicine or whatever, you know. What else I got? Yeah, my charger cord that I just showed, and I got a little box. Always have a little box with me. And girl, we should call this what's in your purse, cause child, I got this is my headphone cover case thing. Where's that? This is my little Galaxy head case, headphone case, right? And this is my headphones. So this is the case that go over this to protect this if you want to put it in there. I got storage keys because I don't have a storage, but whenever I would have a storage and stuff like that, I always make sure I keep the keys in my purse. Now the lock. Oh, I got the lock too. The lock. I keep my girl things in here too. Right now it's not in here, but I always keep a mask. Mask at all times. Yeah. So, I don't know. I might take the little storage stuff out. And I got a little zipper in the front where I keep other stuff at, you know, lip gloss, all that other stuff. And always make sure you got your money. You know. Yeah, I'm not doing anything today. Day. I did want to introduce these cards to you all. Hold on, let me see. I want to introduce these cards. These are sign language cards. You can get them from Amazon. No, I don't remember how much they cost, but I don't think it's that expensive. I don't even think it's expensive to be honest, but it's a lot of cards in here. I don't know if you see how many cards it is, but it's definitely a lot of cards in here. Hey, about I don't know if I'm saying it right, but nothing. I'm not really doing anything today. I'm just chatting. I decided to go live because I don't, normally go live and everything. But yeah, that's all I'm doing really. I was showing what I be having in my purse and stuff because some people have different things in their purse, and I be like, oh wow, you have that in your purse. Like some people be carrying big, like women, they be carrying like real big purses. Men, I know some men be carrying like their little bags, but like they be having like their guns in it, stuff like that. I don't know what it's called, but it's like a little shoulder bag some men be having where it has like it's directly for like your guns and stuff. They have like their little wallets in it. Like for me, I carry like just like a thermometer, all that type of stuff for like my daughter if needed. A pamper, one little pamper in my purse. Even though she has her own bag, but I just be having different stuff in there. I was showing this because this is a good for people that are deaf and need to learn sign language and stuff like that. Um, it's really good. Some people I was explaining to Pew and some people at one point in time that like people learn on their own, in their own way. Some people don't even do ASL, sign language, stuff like that. Some people just do things on their own where it's like you learn as you go. You know what I'm saying? Like you could keep doing repetitive stuff, teaching people how to sign, but after a while, your child or you at one point in time you'll just learn how to do things on your own and you'll sign your own way and it's not going to be like this. But these are really good people that want to learn sign language. These are really good cards. It's definitely a lot of them. I've been through half of the deck with my daughter already. Some stuff is kind of complicated. Like you really like it's a picture, you know. And for me, I like to explain to people. Yeah, exactly. But for me, I like to explain to people that like you could do these cards with just like a good start, and they'll have like the thing in the back to show you how to do it, what it means. One thing that I've learned in 2024, I learned that I was in this therapy class with my daughter, and the lady was teaching, me sign. She put out a paper for me, all that stuff. So after a while, I just had to figure out what really works best for me to learn myself in order to teach her because it's cool to go to the therapies, but you also have to remember that therapies are only 1 hour and it's once a week, because they don't do, they're not in schools at the time. She wasn't in school. And that's not enough time to be honest. Um, she's in her room in her blow up chair. Yeah, she's watching her show right now. Um, but yeah, and I have a camera. One thing I always do is be able to look at her through this and lets me see what she's doing. I know she's safe because I don't have anything to where she's going to fall, things like that. She just started. She been hitting milestones actually. She started sitting up in December. So the beginning of December, it was nighttime. I I went to the bathroom. Went to the bathroom. My bathroom is really right next to her room. And she literally was sitting up by herself, like just sitting up by herself, like And one thing you have to remember as well, sometimes kids don't want to be bothered, like I don't know how to explain explain it, but sometimes kids just don't want to be bothered, and sometimes when they don't want to be bothered, you gotta let them be. Cause when you bother them, and this is sometimes when you bother them and they don't want to be bothered, they shouldn't have sympathy. They be like, "Why is you bothering me? I was fine," you know. But she definitely has a personality. All kids have personalities. Like, yeah, you're gonna hear her loud and clear. You know, even when she can't hear you. Like, um, how can I explain it? If she doesn't want anything, she's gonna let you know. If she wants something, she's gonna do this. She's not gonna say more. She's not, like I said, when it comes to like sign language and stuff like that, you could teach them what you want to teach them, but they're gonna do after a while. You just have to learn, you know, what they're teaching you, because they'll teach you after a while. Right? She definitely is. She's very one thing. I Another thing I learned about my child, and not only her, even kids that can talk and stuff like that, very outspoken. Like, that's one thing I want. I don't get mad. You know what I'm saying? Some kids, they might be a little overly outspoken, but you just teach them to be outspoken, because in our generation, 30 on up, I don't feel that we're outspoken enough, if that makes sense. And I'm not speaking for everyone, just some of us. Like, I feel like some of us are not outspoken as we can be, and we hold back a lot of stuff. And one thing that I have learned from kids with special needs, kids without special needs, they're growing up in this world where there's a lot going on, and they definitely it's good for them to be spoken and be able to have a voice even if they don't have a voice, if that makes sense. Because one thing people need to understand is that your presence is going to be loud, and it should be. I mean, that's just my opinion. I feel that your presence should be allowed, and I mean, I say allowed. Your presence should be loud and things like that, because you don't want to grow up in this world and just be, quiet all the time, or have your certain opinions on things and you're unable to speak on them. I even thought about doing a podcast. See, the thing for me with YouTube right now is consistency, because I haven't been consistent. Um, it's definitely been a lot going on in 2025. Now, 2024 and 2023, more so 2024, but for like the whole year, I was consistent. Like, I don't know, I feel like I was more in a different phase. We all go through things, but I was more consistent. Even if I didn't go live or post short for like a whole month, I was still consistent in, many different, ways and things like that. But I feel that therapy, YouTube can also be your therapy as well, especially when you connect with people that you don't even know. Like, and people say social media is bad, but it depends on. I feel like it depends on how you use it. I feel like it depends on who's watching, depends on how you're using it, the audience. Just like they say, the company you keep, or they say misery loves company. All them type of things when you're around certain people. But mind you, I'm in my home. I'm not around nobody that's, negative. Um, so it's like I'm in my peace. You know. So for social media is I feel like it just all depends on how you use it, because it can be bad, it can be terrible, but when you're using certain things for positivity, people can block. You can create an audience and they'll block people on here. Thank you. But yeah. they'll block people on here and to just protect you. And I feel like that's so cool because you created an audience where they really F with you. You know, they really like you. They really like what you're putting out. They don't they make sure no one is trying to come after you. Do I want to be a full time YouTuber? I would like to. Yes, I would like to. Right now I'm looking to look into being a massage therapist, and I think that'd be pretty cool for me because I'm a very calm person. So I think, just the atmosphere. I'm looking into getting my license and becoming a full time. Well, let me rephrase that. Becoming a business owner to massage people, and well, I don't know if I'm saying it right, but to be a business owner to help people with tension in their body. If that, like, just to rephrase what I was saying. I think that's very important because people other than myself, we do go through stress. We do go through um, conditions. We're all getting older, you know. I think that would be very good, very good. But I wouldn't mind being a full time YouTuber. My everyday life is definitely interesting. I get hits, I get kicks, you know. And also one thing I have learned that people should really pay attention to when it comes to family and your jobs. Just learn that sometimes you gotta do that sacrifice even when you don't want to, and sometimes it's okay to be selfish, and sometimes it's not okay to be selfish because you're putting who you love in harm's way by being selfish sometimes, and sometimes you're not, but I realize that a lot of jobs do not care about what you got going on. They definitely don't care. As long as you're showing up to work, you have to always remember they're getting a check from you just showing up, you know? So whatever you got going on at home, if you are unable to fix that to work, your job that you're working, and your job is can't appreciate what's going on at home, which is understandable sometimes. Because at the end of the day, we all still have a job to do. But sometimes, like I said, you have to make sacrifices for the people that you love and, figure out another way. So I feel like, yeah, I think that'll be good for me, especially for my child and things like that, you know. Um, and then I don't want to work up under people, forever. Like that's one thing I do not want to do. I will get these certificates. I will teach myself different things. I was a special police officer at one point in time. I still have the certificates for that. I could get back into it, even if that requires me starting all over. I'm very, you know, I love money. I love to get new things. I love to put a smile on people's faces. So, and the way of living life is sometimes you got to make your money. So, and I know that stuff is not going to always come easy, you know. Um, yeah, I definitely would like to be my own boss. And that will come with everything you do, you have to work hard for, So, and I like a challenge. That's one thing I do like. I definitely like a challenge because I don't like things to just come in my hand and come easy. If it was that easy, you know, we all would be millionaires right now or billionaires. Stop saying we all be living in them big fancy houses. But for me, um, I do feel that if that was to ever happen, even if I wasn't, even if I was to hit 1,000, 10,000 subscribers, not 10,000, I'm sorry, 100K, right? And everything's looking good. At the end of the day, you still have a job to do. You still have to be persistent, things like that. Um, yeah, I think everybody should focus on right now, even if you're just getting out of high school. I think the goal should be you owning your own business. Get to that level to where you're, yeah, if you gotta work for someone, cool. I'm not saying don't do that. We all live different lives, you know. But I feel that doing that all your life, um, if that has to be, then hey, like I said, we all live different lives. But for me, owning your own business definitely would be good. And I'm a repetitive talker, by the way. So if I repeat certain stuff like 1,000 times, that's just me. But yeah, I think it is important to now. One thing that I've heard someone say recently, like a week ago, they said prepare your kids now to become who they want to be, and prepare them to be, they didn't say business owners, but I'm going to just use it, prepare them to be entrepreneurs. Do not prepare them to go out here and have the 9 to 5 job, which is, I'm not saying it's not fine, but basically, jobs are literally, technology is basically taking over everybody's job. Where I live today, um there's no jobs for this one place, Walmart. Walmart has all customer service, meaning that it's not people, it's all technology, it's all self checkout. And I was like, okay, well, they been did this years ago, so I'm like, okay, well, once I seen that years ago, this is probably like 4 years ago, and it's still like that today. I'm like, everybody's gonna not have a job. Like, I'm like, everywhere else that I would go, like, other places, Virginia, somewhere like that, they have people that work these self checkouts. Let me see. Thank you. Thank you, Terrence. Oh no, I'm not in New York. So I have family that live in New York. I do have videos of me being in New York. The bugs. I don't think I could live in New York. And it's only because the bugs and stuff. But no, I don't live in New York. I live in a different area. I have family all over. But that was when I was in New York in them videos that you seen. I'm glad you watched them. That was, what was it? Oh, that was my grandmother's funeral. Yeah. But yeah, they have all self checkout, meaning that a lot of people are out of jobs because of the technology and stuff. So, and I feel like if people get more into technology, there might be more jobs because they might need a lot of people to do a lot of stuff like cybersecurity, a lot of stuff with technology, AI stuff, yeah, stuff like that. So I think I think that would be um they would need more people for stuff like that because the other jobs, like I said, technology and all that stuff taking over. So what are you gonna do? What's gonna be after a while? What is gonna be our next move for 9 to 5? Other than people gonna always need construction, police stuff, stuff like that, security. Um, it's like now you have to focus on, before anybody could get career and stuff like that. Now it's like you really have to focus on what you really want to do because career wise, because which is nothing wrong with that, but like I said, this technology really. I go in Walmart and it's literally no, like nobody for real, other than customer service for if you want to return. Other than that, if people, if you need help looking around and stuff like that in the store or something, they're there, but nobody's really doing anything. Then you have to also understand too, some people have nasty attitudes. Um, you got a lot of people that's posting certain things all over social media. That's why I say it could be a good thing or a bad thing. You posting stuff about your job, and then you end up wondering why you got fired. Like it, work ethics and all that stuff is not strong of how it used to be, especially when our grandparents used to. They worked hard. You know, like our grandparents definitely worked hard. Definitely worked hard. Like it's so different. Like they went from our grandparents. You really gotta think about it. They really had it hard. They was working hard, man. Like it's nothing like. Come on, now. When you talk about saving money, they used to save a lot of money. They was the ones wearing the bush, the afros, dressing sharp, going like stuff that these people wearing nowadays. Half dressed, half dressed. All they think about is being hoochie mamas and like nobody was thinking about that back then. They just thinking about like, and then everybody sleeping with everybody. Like, let's really talk about this. Like, and it's just crazy because like you gotta remember they didn't have the medicine we have today. Everything that we have today, they didn't have. Insurance, all that stuff like was definitely tough. And just think about the fact that they really found a way. I don't know if y'all had grandparents. Exactly. Real grandparents, right? I don't know if y'all ever had grandparents that used to put plastic on their couches, right? And I used to be like, my other grandma, she used to put plastic on her lap to keep it on there. She probably still to do it to this day. My other grandmother, she used to put it all on her couch. All like you could barely sit on her couches. It was just plastic wrapped on the whole couch, and they would leave it like that for years. Like they never took it off. And I never understood it. And then one day, as I got older, I understood. Okay, they kept it like that to preserve it. You know, stop it from getting messed up and things like that. But like, they definitely lived a different time. Definitely lived a different time. You know, I don't know. I do. I definitely miss my grandmother. I'm telling y'all that now. Like, your grandparents still living. Please cherish them. You got people that are raising their grandkids, their great grandkids, and they're like in their 70s or so because the parents are failing to do what they need to do as parents. Yes. Like I'm not. I don't. I learned you just always. It's always good to get to know your grandparents, and I'm sorry to hear that. Do you feel that you not having like your parents or grandparents? Do you feel that it like that made you stronger? Yeah, yeah. Like, do you feel like it made you stronger as a person? Like, some people, like for instance, what I'm trying to say is some people go through things earlier than others. Like some people, um, okay, some people go through things earlier than others, and they feel like, um, this, it made them stronger over time. And as they got older, of course, it doesn't get better. Fulfilling. Yes, I understand. Yeah. That's how I feel. Like, it's more so like, I feel like I need the grandmother talks. Like, when my grandmother was going through what she was going through with the dementia, we still was talking. Like, and it's so cool. Like, I learned in 2023. I took my daughter to New York to see my grandmother. Right. Um, when I had my daughter in 2020, she already had the whole memory loss thing going on and stuff like that. So but um 2023 I took her to go see her, and I do have the clip on the shorts on my shorts. I took her to go see her, and it was so crazy. If I could record, I would have, but then at the same time, I wouldn't. If that makes sense, because in that moment, she looked at my daughter and she was like, "Wow, what a beautiful baby." No, she said, "Wow, what a pretty baby." Exact words that come out her mouth, and I didn't record or anything. That was a moment to cherish. That was a moment that just like I don't need no camera to show this, but it was something I did want to share as far as recording to share with my siblings. But nobody prepared you to for what happens when dementia take over, when Alzheimer's take over. That's just I learned that one thing I have learned with memory loss. At the end of the day, you never forget how to be a mother. You never forget how to be a father. Like out of all the stuff that you've been through in life, and you end up getting sick and forgetting your memory, you never forget how to be a parent. And that's what shocked me. That's something that shocked me, and I was very shocked because I was like, wow, she knows she's holding a baby. She knows that she's holding a baby. For one, she kept lifting her up, like kept filling in with the blanket, and she kept lifting her up like, you're heavy, but I got you. And it was just so cool to see. Like, it was so cool to see. Like, that's the grandmother I remember. Like, that was very cool to see, because even though, like, it's just so cool how the mind works. Like, it's very cool. But where I forgot where I'm not talking too much. But it's just a lot of stuff that just happens in life, and I'm like, wow, like people really need to cherish a lot of stuff. Like I've seen a lot of kids that's like 11 years old, they want to be out in the street. I was working one day, um, when I was a special police officer. I was working one day, and this lady, she arguing with her son, and she's arguing with her son. Mind you, her son is 11 years old. No, at that time her son was 9. He was 9 years old. He's telling her, "Leave me the f alone," just talking really reckless to her. And she's trying to stop him from going out in the street. She's been doing it for years. He's definitely not listening. And I'm like, wow, when he's 9, so when did this start? 7, 8 or something? And I'm like, I felt bad for the mother, but at the same time, you can do more. You get what I'm saying? Like, I didn't know her situation, but when you really trying hard to get your kids out the street, stop trying to follow after other people. It's something you could do. Program to get them in at the young ages. I don't know why they stopped like Beyond Scared Straight. I don't know if y'all used to watch that or not. But it was a show about kids going into the little programs, showing them what jail is like, stuff like that. They really had these programs. Yes, they might have more like dragged it a little bit with these programs on TV, but you gotta remember, back in the day, I did not know. Back in the day, they already had Beyond Scared Straight. Like when I was young, I was watching Beyond Scared Straight, right? They already had all these programs back then. So it's like, um, you know, they've been trying to help these kids and, stop them from doing what they be doing. And it's like, it's either you listen or you don't. And one thing I realized today is like, well, I've been new, but you guys will go out here in the streets, kill and stuff like that. Oh, you guys had them in there in Louisiana and tours in. Oh, really? That's actually, I always wanted to do a little tour there, but I know they got one I don't know if they still do, but they used to have one in Maryland. Maryland and what else? A lot of places they have them, but I think I'm not sure if you gotta go there and sign your kid up for stuff like that, but it's stuff out here. It's definitely stuff out here. Okay, do they still have it or they stopped it? You're heavy. Hi. Say hi. Now, you getting mad. You getting mad, girl. What's wrong? What's wrong? But yeah. I know, right? Mm-mm. She's Robbie. You slobbing. You sleepy? Oh. What you get? You don't want me? It's all right. It's all right. It's all right. Yeah. Okay, okay, okay. With a little cover it. Hmm. It's okay. It's okay. Yeah. You're fine. You're going to eat soon, girl. Ow. Like this. Ah, yeah. With some mashed potatoes. No. What's that, dirty clothes? Calm down. Calm down. Let's see. You about to wash? You might want to check the card and see what well, you can check it when you get to the thing and then put more on there with your other card. It'll show you how to do it. Okay, have a good night. Have a good day. Nice chatting with you guys. Yes, yes ma'am. Now she laughing. What you laughing at? What you laughing at? You laughing? Oh. See, I just want some loving. I wonder how to play YouTube music when you going live without getting banned from going live. You know when you trying to do things on YouTube and you get banned from certain things because like certain rules you gotta follow and you end up getting banned because not following whatever they need you to follow. It gotta be some music you could play on YouTube without getting banned. It must be an app. Or you should be able to play YouTube music while you're live on YouTube, but like I said, I don't know. You ready to get your hair done? Hair done. What time is it? Almost that time. It's almost that time. You too. Hmm. Hair. Hmm. It say you can't use YouTube music. I mean, not YouTube. It say you can't use copyrighted music while live. So I guess you would have to figure out how to. Cause I just looked it up, and it said you can't use copyrighted music. So I'm like, people be going live playing music, but they use a certain app. I'm gonna figure out what that app is. Y'all, we been live for 46 minutes. That's a record right there for this year. That's a record for this year. You ready to eat, girl? I'm gonna be right back. We about to go get some food. I'm gonna go get some stuff for you, girl. Matter of fact, let me turn the camera off for a minute. Well, come on, let's go get you something. Let's go get you something, girl. Hey y'all, thanks for your patience. I'm trying to get her situated right quick. She getting a little sleepy too. I'm coming. Almost done. I'm gonna have to come back so I can console her.